Searching podcasts for Dave, and one more time.
One of the world's richest men, Warren Buffett, when explaining investing philosophy, said, "Price is what you pay for something. Value is what you get." Well, this podcast cost you zero, but it's worth, 10 times zero. Do the math. It's quite the return on your listening investment. You're welcome, America. This is Dave and Juan.
And 3.
Number 2.
Hey, 1.
Yeah.
Hey. Howdy, y'all.
How are you?
We back. I thought that was
We
my
back.
line. Hang on. Now let's just get into it. Hi, everybody. How are you? I'm Dave.
I'm Juan.
And this is Dave and Juan.
More time.
Yeah. We can hear ourselves now. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I apologize to anybody if I end up screaming because for some reason, it's probably a button I pushed. There's a button, it's always, I just bring it to my son. He's going to say,
Technology.
Yeah, idiot. This button right there. I know he doesn't say idiot. I know he's thinking it. Right? All right, idiot. Let me push that there. But back here, guys. I'm glad to be in my what is my home office. Normally, and right now it's the Sugar Land, Texas studio for Dave and Juan. Good to be sitting here because earlier today I was out one of those windows. If you step out of this window, you can step onto the top of basically walking out into the roof. It's the and we have the big covered patio area back there. So I'm sitting here earlier today doing some actual work, right? And I start hearing crunching. That's not a noise you want to hear, right? Like if you're sitting at a table with people eating, maybe, but when you're
got some chips and salsa.
Yeah, when you're in your home and you hear a crunching noise, and I'm looking up thinking that's either in my attic or on my roof. And I'm like, so I open up the curtains and look out there, and dang squirrel is chewing on my house, right? We've been through this before, right? We've joked about this before about
like on the siding or
yeah, I've got like an eave, like it's a big covered back patio, and it comes up against it is added on anyway. And there's just why I don't know if he's sharpening his teeth or what this idiot squirrel is. And I'm gonna assume it's a male. I don't know. I'm just gonna assume it's a male. I'm gonna assume his name is Bob. But let me tell you something. Bob done screwed up for every other animal in around. If these other squirrels around here would only know how stupid Bob, how bad Bob messed up.
You had a nice yard to play in.
Oh man, they'd be like, Bob, what are you doing, you idiot, man? We got it made. We got all these trees. There's a pecan tree back there. It's like a buffet. We're good. Why do you have to chew on the house, Bob? Well, Bob done screwed up. And so yeah, it's on again. It's been a peaceful time around Casa del Martin with the squirrels for almost a year now, man. And
so all it takes is one, man. Is one.
One dumb squirrel because they got a bunch of them and they're stupid. Oh, see, that's almost a shame. I'm gonna try before I go all pellet.
Yeah, I would say what's the procedure?
Well, what I normally do is I start giving them the opportunity to relocate. So I got these have a heart, put nuts in there. It's a trap.
So you catch them.
You catch them, and start doing that. So it usually takes a while before they figure because they're pretty smart. So once a couple of 3 get caught, usually the rest of them like, yay, there ain't no such thing as a free lunch.
Yeah, I'm dumb, but I ain't as dumb as him.
And what happened to Fred? Fred was always here, and that was Fred's tree over there. We ain't seen Fred since he got in that box. What's going on? I go relocate them actually near the ballpark, about a mile, from here. But and that works for a while, unless I see some on the house and stuff, and then it's a slightly different end for those. So I have to be careful around, people in the people don't tend to look down on hunting in the neighborhood. But hey,
we got some kids right behind my house on a little creek back there who are always fishing and stuff, but then you'll see them with a pellet gun every now and then shooting turtles and things. And I tell them, I said, here's the deal, bro. You fine doing what you're doing, but if one of those pellets ricochets off that water or ricochets off that turtle shell and hits my window, it's gonna be hell to pay.
Oh man,
I'm telling you now.
I see. You're not me. I'd be getting on them about shooting a turtle. Why you got to shoot a turtle? What a turtle? I mean, of all things, man. Of all things, a turtle? That's not even a challenge.
Right.
That's like,
unless you got a slingshot on him, you're all right.
And like in your life, have you ever been attacked by what does a turtle do? Right. That's when you gotta teach him, man. You gotta teach him.
Look, dude, I felt bad this morning. I was driving to work. I'm probably, going down highway 1, doing about 55. And I see this bird
that's too slow. That's too slow on Highway 1, bro. That's too slow.
Bird's just sitting there on the road.
And
kind of running around. And I said, certainly it's gonna move.
Come on.
Drilled it.
Oh, man.
And I wasn't trying to, but so I didn't see it fly. And I look in my rearview mirror and I see it spinning on the road.
What kind of bird was it?
It looked like it's right near the river, so it looked like a little gull or something.
Just hanging out on the road, didn't see you?
I don't know. It might have been wounded or something before. Maybe that's why I was running in a circle.
Might have helped it out, might have helped it out. I've hit a couple birds. That's you don't normally get. They must have been injured. They're not. Every now and then you see one screw up. Like even buzzards. Buzzards are pretty smart about this kind of stuff. But every now and then you see a buzzard like try to get that last little. I can beat that truck.
Buzzard to do some damage to you though, man. I would think.
Yeah, I don't know. I never hit a buzzard, but I've seen that and every now and then a duck. Rarely, but some of these neighborhood ducks, because I guess people typically, paying attention. But
we have a dog or something must have killed a duck in our neighborhood a week or two ago. I saw like feathers all over the place in somebody's yard. But we have a gazillion geese, and there are times where you just got to stop and blow the horn and hope they move.
Unless you got a good goose recipe. But I told you that before. My neighbor will skin and cook a squirrel. I mean, he's done that. I know.
Well, a lot of people. I mean, heck, I grew up with people who still hunt squirrel.
Oh man, a buddy of mine, Troy. I haven't seen Troy in forever, man. But he was a trapper. He skinned nutria. He made good money back in the day skinning nutria. But he would kill birds. I'm not gonna say what kind of birds in case they were like, I guess the statute of limitations would be. But yeah, he and clean them. Birds. I'm not talking ducks. I'm talking.
Yeah, birds are small.
Like a robin or something. Like I'm just saying that. I don't know. I'm sure it was
like a robin.
Yeah, I'm sure whatever it was totally legal to and bless his mom. His mom they'd make white beans and like
birds too.
And birds. Yeah. I never had. They said it was delicious. I'm like,
I don't know, man.
I don't know that. Look, our grandparents. I promise you, man. Our grandparents ate stuff that.
Oh, my father, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, well, it probably pretty good. Like my grandpa, like I said, it was. You did not want to be a turtle, a sizable turtle, on the road or on the side of the road of my grandpa.
Oh yeah, pick it up.
Oh man. Could be on coming, buddy. I mean,
that's what somebody told me the other day in amazement that they said, a while back, somebody's husband was driving and he hit a deer and he actually picked it up and put it in his car and they cleaned it. I said, gosh, that's like, it's good hunting where I'm from.
Look, that just paid back for messing up your car, man.
Right. I've known people who've hit a cow.
I've seen that happen with an alligator. Bayou Lafourche, 308 out of Bayou Lafourche, somebody hit about an 8-footer, which was Like that's pretty, I'm sure they're bigger than that around there, but yeah, it was my dad that saw it. Somebody hit it, and then somebody a
Load
couple
her up.
cars later, yeah, showed up in a truck. Toss that
Yeah.
back there, man.
Still warm. So
Yeah.
talking
So-
about animals and things like that. So last week we went to Alabama to see my new grandbaby. Which
Yeah,
was
congratulations on
quite
that, man.
fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good pictures. Good pictures.
Yeah, she's a little cutie. But so we stayed when we were there a few weeks before. We stayed at a Airbnb, and my
I remember
dad
that
came
one.
with us.
Yeah.
Well, that one, I mean, it was nice, but it was like it was in a neighborhood, but it was a busy street beside it. So this one, we said, okay, well, let's get one that's maybe not so much in the middle of everything, and a little more quiet.
So yeah, more relaxing.
And when I tell you, this was in the woods, in the middle of nowhere. It was a camp. It had to be a camp, and I'll send you some pictures to post.
It had to
along
be a
with it.
camp. It doesn't say that when you. No, listen. I've never stayed in an Airbnb. I guess I'm admitting that I've never done that. I've never done that. At friends, I personally have never done it. Don't you see that when you book it?
I don't book that. I just go. Joey books all that.
Does she not can you click and say like, where is this on a map?
But I mean, it was right on the edge of Tuscaloosa.
I guess
like
you can't really
10
tell.
minutes from the university.
All right.
So, but as you drive up, you hear what is obviously a hunting dog wailing in the back.
Nice.
Nice. The weirdest thing. So it was after dark when we got there. But then, you get there and there's a window on the front of the house, and the curtains aren't closed, and opens up to the living room, and the TV is on. And I'm sitting here, is this the right place? Is somebody here?
Did I just break into somebody's camp in the middle of the woods?
Right. So then you get to the front door. It's got a deadbolt, no doorknob or handle. An old mounted rifle is basically the door pull. On the other side of it, the door, exact same thing. There's not just deer heads all over this sucker. There's a coyote in one of the bedrooms. You open
coyote.
one of the you open
nice.
One of the closets. Apparently there was an extra stuffed coyote that they had no place to put. So it was just in there. Riley was just like, it was terrifying.
That was their entertaining coyote. Yeah, the one out there is just we got a coyote out here just for normal, but then when we have special groups come over, our entertaining coyote, we keep over in the closet.
You got a raccoon, looking like it's climbing something. You go on the back porch.
Action shot of a raccoon.
You go on the back porch. There's a bobcat that looks like he's about to leap out at you, and a wild boar head.
What the? Wow! You were staying in a taxidermy. I mean, it sounds like a taxidermy. What it might be.
I don't know. I don't know what it was.
I don't think that's cheap. I think that's a commitment, man. I haven't.
No, heck no, that's not cheap.
I haven't had. Yeah, I mean, was it did it look like quality jobs, or was it a?
No, that looked good.
Somebody watched a YouTube video and said, "Man, I can."
No, they knew what they were doing.
But
it's funny because you could tell it was an old place, because between some of the bedrooms there was a little foyer area, with I guess like a library, because there were all the World Book encyclopedias.
I got some of those downstairs, man. We got some from like the 80s. I think it's the 80s.
I don't think they made it. Yeah, these are from the 80s.
Yeah, it's more like a decoration now. But yeah, in our living room we have a world, because everybody my age would be like, "Oh, World Book."
Yeah, my dad still has them. There was the children's Bible book series, like there used to be in the doctor's office when I was a kid. So nice. I remember those. Then there were photo albums. I guess whoever owns the place just leaves their photo albums there.
There you go. So,
it was an interesting stay.
Did you thumb through them and see what?
Heck yeah, they're like from the 50s.
I don't think I'd be creeped out too much by that. It would be kind of tough to sleep with a bunch of.
It's all right. It's
you just only because you've seen too many Stephen King movies. Did that thing move? It didn't. Did you
I'll
take some
give this to
pictures?
you. It's weird sleeping in what is obviously someone else's home
Yeah,
to
I know.
begin with. To
When you're not
me,
there, when they're not there, right? It's
right,
it's one thing when you're
uh,
sleeping over with friends. It's
right,
when
right. Yeah, you just have a conversation, go to
well,
bed. But
that okay, but the other thing, that one would have been just kind of funny. Did you take pictures of the animals? Because
yeah,
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 I
oh yeah,
guess
I got them for
you
you.
got to send some of those. But we see like last year. Oh, yeah, I guess we rent condos and stuff. Well, we're doing that now. We're renting. We're going to be in a few weeks. We're going to with the family, extended family, to Tennessee. And I'm looking forward to it. It's kind of funny, the people that build these things out. I guess it's near Dollywood. It's one of those things, right? You got
Oh
to do
yeah,
the
I've been there. Yeah,
got
where
to
you
do
going?
the
Like Pigeon
obligatory.
Forge?
Well, I don't know the name of I forget the town. It's close because I have friends that have stuff up there, but I mean, they trick out these cabins up there, man. I mean, it's like
Ooh.
it's funny. It's like okay, what do you do when Rednecks got money? This is what they do, right? And the place we're staying, it looks like it has an indoor pool, its own indoor
I
pool.
was gonna say, yeah, yeah, and they all have pool tables too. It's like they got them.
It looks
Yeah,
like it's got a pool table. Looks like I think it's got a ping pong table. I'm pretty sure it's got a pinball machine. Redneck.
yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I mean,
It's
that's
we went to and it's I mean that's that whole area, Pigeon Forge, because we went to there's something and it might be part of Dollywood, not the amusement park, but it's like a rodeo show. Um and you get dinner and everything
sounds like the
with it.
Fun Fair Park from last week,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah.
Any smoking monkeys?
The but you get it's like a barbecue meal served to you with no utensils, which is a bit interesting unto itself.
No
But no, it's
utensils.
really pretty up there. Yeah, we went. The, what I remember most about it, again, yeah, I haven't driven in a lot of areas with mountains.
Oh man, it's a job, man.
Well, we got there, it was raining, and as we're getting to our cabin, and it's about dark. Well, since it's raining, I got to pick up speed to go up the driveway to
Yeah.
the cabin we're staying. Otherwise, I'm slipping. And then you get to the top, and it's like a freaking roller coaster because it drops straight down, and you can't even see.
Yeah. No, we used to live when we lived in Georgia. There were certain driveways that you would just look at and say, "That's got to be a joke, right? They got to be, really? You guys do this every day in some of these roads?" And you're like, "Okay, there's a house up there, so I guess this is a drivable road. I guess this is what
Yeah, just got to
different,
get a run
man."
and start.
Well, I mean, I'm saying that you go to parts of Houston right here, some of the potholes in some of the streets in Houston proper, you're just like, man, people drive this every day, really? Like you cannot avoid. There's no.
I know there are parts of New Orleans where I assure you, if you went more than 10 miles an hour, you'd drop your front end.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to to doing that and getting up the. But see, staying there, that doesn't feel. You're staying in somebody else's place, but it doesn't feel like it.
Right, right.
But
It's
yeah, when they got their pictures and stuff everywhere, and a
yeah,
lot of dead animal.
yeah. Somebody's killed this thing.
My buddy that used to do that, I remember he had, again, it was so long ago, but he had a trailer, nice trailer, but trailers aren't exactly big, right? I mean, trailers are right, even a nice size trailer. The living room is going to be decent size for a trailer, but not that big. I think he had like 5 or 6 deer head in that living room, and then I mean, like it was like taking up space. You know what I'm saying? I think the deer head took as much space as the sofa did. Right? It was like if you were just taking total. I was like, man, and he did that. He did him he became. I think he still does it. I think he's actually pretty good at it. But that's
they always seem to be looking at you. Yeah, if they're not looking straight ahead, if it's sitting on one corner of the room, it's looking back towards you.
Well, I know.
Which I don't know if that's strategic or just my imagination.
I don't know. But good. Look forward to seeing the pictures there. Yeah. Everybody's taking. I wonder about this. I guess it's because I'm complaining about what everything costs, like we all are now. Everything's just ridiculous, and yet everybody's still on trips. I in the last like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I've had 3 different people I know. When I say people, like couples, married couples and stuff like that. 2 of them were in not at the same time, but they were in France and Paris and all this stuff. And then
Wow.
I got one that's in Greece right now. Dude and his wife's like 14 days in Greece taking cruise. And I'm just like, man, didn't y'all get the memo? It's like, what the? It's great.
Yeah,
Empty nesters, bro. Empty nesters.
that's what it is. You talk
Man.
about a friend of ours sent me a note, I guess last night. Bush from Thibodeau.
Oh yeah.
Formerly from Thibodeau.
I remember Bush.
Bush lives in it's not a tiny house, but it's a cabin on a mountain ridge outside of Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, nice place.
And he is on he's retired now, and he's on a cross country trek driving from Tennessee to Seattle. He's got family up there, and then they're going to meet. Then they're going to go up to Alaska and do an Alaskan cruise.
Wow.
But so he sent me a note that he's been listening to us as he drives across the country.
That's funny.
Yeah, and he also has said that he used to listen to us back in the radio days. So this is probably as close as I'll get to going across the country as beyond when I did Hands Across America back in the mid '80s.
Hands Across America. What was that song? Hands Across.
I don't know. They played it for the 2 minutes we stood there.
There was a song, man. I remember that.
But shout out to Bush.
Yeah, Bush. Safe travels. The other thing, and not everybody does it, and I guess we're all guilty of it, right? But I have these people I see, and I guess I know them, and we must be friends on certain things. There's some people that makes you wonder, like, what portion of your vacation do you spend taking pictures and posting them? Like, there are some people that go on trips where I feel like I've been on the trip, and I'm not even trying to, right? And this is just personal. Just a hint, folks, for people that I know, don't know, like. I don't know that ever. If you are posting more than, say, 10 pictures in a post, like I don't even know that I've taken 10 pictures myself on a trip that I would be interested in looking at. Okay, dude, it's the people that post, like, and you look at. Did you just post 43 pictures? Like, is that literally what you just did? Were you sitting there saying, man, the world needs to share this? Or do you not know how to edit? Do you just not know how to say, okay, I can post this one?
Right. You just hit that check mark, select.
Wow.
I know a guy whose daughter was a cheerleader for Ole Miss. And because she was a cheerleader at Ole Miss, he got season tickets. And when I tell you, without exaggeration, every game, dude posts 150 plus pictures of the cheerleaders.
Well, if you didn't have a daughter in there, they probably show up at your house saying, "Yeah, you're kind of crossing over the stalker situation here now." But yeah, you want to respond sometimes. Say, hey, it's great.
Yeah, I can't tell if this is last week's picture or this week.
That and it's sort of a joke sometimes. We kid about it. I don't mind seeing it every now and then, but there are people that do man, every meal. I guess it's one of those things. It's because honestly, when you see it, even though you say like, all right, really, you kind of pay attention. Like, what you got there? Oh, that look good. every meal.
And I have to be careful.
I'm not even your dietitian, and I can tell you everything you ate.
I know someone who will post a recap of their daily activities a couple times a day.
Just keep
walk. Yeah, gotta clean out the shrubs.
Oh man!
Swam 3 laps in the pool.
Or you got to see the map.
Yeah,
everybody's got to post that map. Thank you, just because I know you don't believe me. I'm going to show you on our end.
Yeah. It's like, my God, I'm more interested in the fact that you're posting this obsessively than what you're posting about.
You know, it's almost like, okay, if I can't show everybody that I'm having fun, I'm not having fun.
Right.
And look, don't get me wrong. I mean, you post stuff. It's I used to email pictures to my family when we did stuff, but to my family, right? I mean, just always, because your mom was always interested, your parent, you just, and they got a big, especially we lived, we were the first family to live out of
Right.
state, so we didn't see anybody as much. So and then social media just makes it too easy, right? So what happens is it goes from, okay, I was sort of doing this for family before, but now it's okay, we're just all friends, whatever. Then you just start realizing, oh man, you kind of, my wife's got more sense than me on that stuff. She's like, you don't got to put that on there. Well,
But you talk about vacation and stuff again. I've read stuff and believe that it says, social media has basically ruined the family vacation for others, because there was a time when you came back and you developed all the pictures, and it gave you an opportunity for everybody to sit down and look at the pictures again.
Dude, have you ever had somebody back in the day come back with slides?
Oh,
I'm trying to remember who it was. We're watching a slideshow of somebody's vacation, and it's like, don't, you got to be nice and just shut up. I don't care. I don't.
You could just see, and you worry if there's another reel or whatever, carousel next to that one, and said, please God, don't let there be another stack.
Technology used to be wonderful, man. I used to give presentations, when I first started back in the day, I guess it was mid 90s, late 90s. And you'd show up and you'd have a carousel of slides, man. It was it's called slides for a reason, y'all. It's like, it's not a PowerPoint slide. All right. There's nothing sliding in a PowerPoint. We just call it that because that's what it used to be. And
I can remember, if you wanted to give like a high-end presentation or customized, you would, you could get, as opposed to like a PowerPoint presentation where you've got customizable backgrounds.
Yeah.
Well, let's say there was 100 slides, and you'd buy for a buttload of money 90 slides, and there were 10 that you could drop in there that were just your custom, like you put a picture of yourself or your people in there, like for a business presentation. Man, that's
I'm working on some of those right now. I got to do. I'm doing a
slideshows.
Yeah, it's look, man. If you'd see my 3-hour session at SMU, bro, I got no doubts that the founders of Southern Methodist University, that the prestigious university in Dallas, has a presidential library on the dang thing, right? I got a feeling, man, they are turning in their graves when I show up for my.
What has this place come to?
Hey, man, I come rocking. I'm telling some stories and some jokes, and so I'm putting. I'm doing that next week. That's kind of bizarre too, because our buddy Rick, I saw, shout out.
Yeah, Rick is an ad hoc professor.
WAFB, Rick, which is bizarro to think about, the fact that like he and I are both teaching. He's teaching whatever. I guess mine's like banking graduate school, but
he's teaching. But y'all are both teaching in your profession. He's teaching broadcast writing, I believe.
There you go. I was going to throw it back at you. So, Juan, when you can start teaching a class, man? Keep up, bro. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm all right, bro. I'll fall behind.
That's
good.
That's right. Oh, it's there's nothing more. I'm trying to think what it is. It's not. I guess it's humbling, but it's like, you get in front of these big rooms in these really nice, like little mini auditoriums, and you got people sitting there, and before you start, and you just like, I can't believe these people are here to listen to me. Like I'm supposed to be the guy that's, but it's kind of funny. You take the attitude of, and, you kind of know a few things along the way, but just, have the attitude of, hey man, I'm giving you my opinion on this stuff. I think I know a little bit about a few things, and I happen to be the one standing in front of the room. So let's go with that. See if we can have a few laughs, but yeah.
We were at my son's last week visiting the baby. My son breaks out the mandolin. He's got albums. He's got an old turntable and albums of music that I've never heard of. It's like a lot of bluegrass stuff, and
he looks bluegrass. He looks bluegrassy. He looks like the kind of guy that Right. And he plays along with it.
Yeah, he plays whatever he can. Oh, he's the like
He's the one that can
broke out.
play everything. Yeah.
Yeah, he broke out
Right.
the mandolin, and I said, "Oh, have you ever heard this song Maggie May
Yeah.
by Rod Stewart?" He said, I don't think so. So I called up on my phone. It says it's got a really cool mandolin part at the beginning. So listen to it for about 10 seconds. Man, he played it.
Yeah,
Like,
that's annoying.
Like jumps in. It's like you jerk.
It's annoying as all get out. That's like
so
like
he's
my young.
sitting there playing the mandolin. Wife's playing a banjo.
Who's playing the banjo?
His wife. My other son's holding the baby.
Oh man! I tell you what, Juan, they're committed. That's good.
Yeah, this was earlier than I think you saw the photo that I posted of him and my dad building a clothesline in the backyard.
They were building. I saw.
Yeah.
I saw them.
Well, they strung it. Yeah, and they were
hanging cloth diapers. Cloth diapers are big.
The type they get because they've got to be the right material type stuff.
Because oh gosh.
Man, they shrink
it.
a lot, so you wash them a few times until they shrink. Yeah, because I could have put that sucker on.
They look kind of big. I was thinking, man.
My dad was out there throwing clothespins around, man. I could tell that wasn't his first rodeo.
No. Man, clothesline, man. We used to love clothesline. Was great back in the day. My mom would say she loved having a clothesline back then. Yeah. I love the smell of sheets and stuff that been outside, but then of course you have to be careful because as soon as you do that back in the day, some couillon chew would light a trash fire somewhere.
Burn your sheets.
No, you just end up with smoke smelling sheets, man.
Yeah.
Or you can't really do it when there's a bunch of pollen in the air and stuff like that. But no, yeah, man. We grew up with a clothesline. But
well, it was funny because my dad brought a box of clothes with us that I guess he found in the closet at his house that my mom must have saved. And in the box were baby clothes, not from his grandchildren, but from us.
Wow.
Including some cloth diapers.
Dude, that must be right up your son's alley, though. I mean, like, nothing makes those people happier than hey, here's some 50-year-old or 58-year-old baby clothes.
Yeah.
Boom.
It was a dream.
That's the best gift you could get, man.
Yeah. And there was a little pair of moccasins in there, bro.
Look out.
Yeah.
Look out.
Yeah.
I not long after we get off doing this, we're doing this in the afternoon. I've got so we moved here. We've been in this house for about 20, give or take 20 years. And we have a playhouse, a plastic, I don't know if it was Fisher Price, whatever, but it was one of these. So the kids that are like 2 or 3 years old, it's got I got a picture of it, but and it's been behind my garage for 20 years, man. I used to keep like gas cans in it. Oh yeah, dude. It's like that thing's been through hurricanes. Not granted, it's kind of sheltered back there. But so finally, it's that area that the way the design of the house is, or the yard is, I got that space between my garage and the fence. It's just that dead space, right? It's that there's nothing.
Right. You either put something there, or you got to cut the grass.
Well, and I'd kind of go back and forth over the years, and then I let vines take over. Like it's weird. These vines that you go to a plant store, a nursery. I'm trying to think. I blanked out.
A horticulture specialist.
Hey, bro, you go to the plant store, the plant store. And like a little section of these kind of vines, I guess they're the kind that crawl up fences and stuff. Man, they're like $4 or $5 for a little piece. Dude, I had like 20 feet by 15 feet of just that. There's vines everywhere. And part of me was like, man, I ought to be chopping these things up and bringing them to the nursery. And so, yeah, I just said, no, I'm just going to run but anyway, I
throw some diesel on it and get it done.
I got the lawnmower out there and I had to like shear it off the fence. Anyway, and just get to this playhouse. And then I had one of those things. It's like, man, I got to get rid of it, but I kind of want to throw it away. We have no kid. We have no friends really with kids that young. And then we were at a crawfish ball last weekend and some friends of friends, cool people. And they came over and they probably, now they're not, I don't think they're nearly as crunchy as your son, but they're, They're of that. I guess it's a generational thing, right?
Of that mindset.
He's a physicist.
That's the whole thing. See,
dude, have you ever hung with a physicist?
No,
like when
no.
you find
Mostly because the physicist would not hang with me.
I mean, and he
there would
likes
be
the same
zero
beer.
value in that.
Dude's a cool dude. He's got a beard. He looks like a character actor, man. He's got manly. He looks like a rugby player, but he's a physicist. And the dude likes good beer. Me and him, the only two of these places that's like we bond on that, and it's kind of funny. And so anyway, reached out with and so hey, I don't want to throw this thing away. They're gonna take it. So so I was bleaching this thing yesterday. You ever get in the middle of doing something that's just a pain in the neck and you realize I wouldn't work this hard for money. Like if you just
I'm giving it to you, you ought to be bleaching it.
But I don't want to do that. That's kind of funny too. That's a value thing. I'm giving it to you, but I don't want to give it to you like gross. I'm not gonna. Hey, you know what I thought? Your kids would love playing in this. I literally had that vines growing. I had to like rip out there. Man, I'm out there yesterday with a spray can and I put bleach in. And I do 2 or 3 times to get it. Man, I got bleach on me. I just can't even. In the middle of it, say, yeah, you couldn't have paid me $100 to do this. I'd be like, nah, throw it away. And I'm out there like, but anyway, we're going to bring that.
Well, nice.
Hopefully,
nice of
you. Hopefully, well, part of it's like it's just. I remember my kids were that age when that age. We did like 3 years old, 4 years old. We had it.
Yeah.
And me, I get attached to everything. I'm the guy that kept the same ink pen all through college, right? I mean, if I got something, if I own something for more than a few years, dude, it's part of the family. It's like I can't. I mean, I still remember putting out a sofa we had a sofa in our game room for about 10 years. We had to finally get rid of. Man, I was sad. I can't even look outside. That poor sofa.
You can't be there when it leaves.
Been in the family for 10 years. Yeah. I think some people tried to take it. It was just too big. It was too like it was a sleeper. Man. And I had almost just stayed upstairs because once you get a sleeper sofa upstairs, you never want to have to take that thing down.
No.
Man alive.
This is years ago. Some friends had. You remember, like it was the rear projection TV screen.
Oh yeah.
Where those suckers were huge, but it was like a tube tail. It was weighed a couple 100 pounds, had to be. But some dude was moving and needed help getting it from downstairs. It's like, man, open the window and just throw this sucker out. Not carrying this thing.
We had a TV. So when we first moved here, and our in-laws, who just had a baby, just moved here. And back then, I was doing a lot of traveling, and my wife stayed home, and her sister ended up babysitting their baby when she was, a baby. And as a thank you, whatever. I mean, we wouldn't obviously we charge to keep whatever, but they bought us a TV, and at the time it was the nicest TV around. It was a Sony. Back when they built, so it was a big screen Sony, but it was probably 2.5, 3 feet deep.
One of those Sony Trinitrons, probably.
Yes, dude. And look, I mean now technology is so much better. This was again about 20 years ago, but the picture was amazing. The TV, I don't know. I think it's somewhere. So I think somebody has it in a game room. Like it's one of those things the technology now is so much better. You just don't want to throw it away. But my gosh, that thing was heavy. I mean,
we had one like that I don't know where we got, but the kids used it for like playing video games on, and it was upstairs in our own house, in our old house. And it had like the 2 handle or like recessed grips in the back. And it's like, who could carry this thing by themselves?
Nobody
carrying it downstairs.
Dude, I remember I went once. I tried. I thought, I'm going to move the dude. And it's funny the things you can remember that as you start doing it, you realize, wow, this was a mistake. This was, right?
But I'm committed now.
You got to. I can remember once it was because it was sitting on like is it a curio? What do you call these things now? But anyway, we ended up buying this big piece of furniture just to keep this thing in, right? Big enough to close. And the TV probably sat about, I don't know, 3-4 feet in the air. And I don't know, I had to move for something, and I was by myself, and and man, you clear once you're standing in a
once you clear whatever it's standing on, you're done.
And you realize, wow, this was a bad idea, and I really can't get it back up. Like I got it down. I can't get it back up. I don't
Now,
even
the
think
best is if you're doing that and the cord catches something, so you can't put it down, or you
Of
can't
course,
get it back
of course
up.
the cord's going to catch something. That's why they put the cord on there, man. But yeah, and you just it's funny. You start talking about that stuff, the flashbacks, like, oh yeah, and it's just that feeling. It's that feeling. It's like being on top of a ladder when the ladder starts going. It's
Yeah.
like being, all right. It's like, oh, this is not a good idea.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's where life occurs in slow motion.
oh, this was not. And then the other thing is, oh, thank God my wife's not here to see this. This would not be. This would not be. Another thing I was thinking about last week. So we had some plumbers come over. Had to, which was joys of home ownership, right? And I think I told you this a few years ago. I had to have them dig under my house.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's like $6,000, and that was back then. Okay, that was back then.
Back then when they had people willing to work for them.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, and so anyway, got it. They got it fixed up now, and but apparently the same problem. But they're thinking we can do stuff not to have to, right? Hopefully not go that route again. But I was talking to the plumber, and I'm always curious. I love when there's an electrician, whenever I have to hire electricians and plumbers and stuff. And again, my wife gets on me because I slow them down, because I just like asking questions and hanging out. And why are you doing it that way? What are you?
You don't want to be the guy paying somebody by the hour.
Right. Well, so we were joking. I was joking with the plumber, and he's a good guy. He's probably been coming and going. He works for the same company. He's probably been in my house. I mean, good grief, 10, 15 times. And we're talking about clogs and things that get, I was asking him, like, as a plumber, like, what do you do at your house? And he goes, oh man, listen, I don't know if he's married or his girlfriend. He says, you don't want to bring that 2-ply stuff in the house, man. You don't want 2-ply toilet paper. He says, man, the cushier the toilet paper, the more problems you're going to have. And we started joking about that. And I said, really? Because he said, man, 1-ply. And I joked about that. I was at the Ritz-Carlton.
That's probably why they got it in the hotel.
All hotels, brother. You don't find 2-ply in hotels. You find 1-ply in hotels and he said,
it's not that they're being cheap.
That's a plumber. And the plumber's saying, yeah, man. And now we're joking about that. And I said, I know, I've had more than one plumber tell me about these flushable wipes. Yeah. And he said, man, that's false advertising. He says, guys, I can always tell when I walk into a bathroom and they got these packs of flushable wipes. That's not gonna, I was joking with him. I said, yeah, because technically there are a lot of things that are flushable. You can flush.
I can throw a tennis ball in the toilet.
Yeah, you can flush marbles. You can flush, you can crumple up paper and flush it. Don't recommend it. A buddy of mine sent something the other day, I guess it's a joke thing or not, like some high school students came up with edible tape for a burrito. Like when you have a burrito.
I saw that. Saw that. Yeah.
And my joke was, hey, listen, all tape is edible if you're committed enough.
Right. What's not edible?
That's right. I mean, it might be a little more edible than normal tape, but man, you can eat duct tape if you want. No, I wouldn't recommend.
I saw that. And my immediate thought is, how lazy do you have to be? What the hell kind of burrito are you fixing that you can't just hold it shut?
I could see, I run into here at home when we do homemade burritos and you kind of roll it.
Still, you make a good shrimp pull boy, the shrimp falling off. I don't need any tape to hold it. I just scoop it back up and put it on there.
If I had edible tape, I would use it. Let me just say that. All right. Have I ever looked at it and said, you know what I need? Man, I need a piece of tape that I could eat to put on this thing. It never came to me, but that's God bless America. That's ingenuity. Yeah. These guys are like, maybe we can make some money.
They saw a problem and they fixed it.
Exactly. Now, other people would say like, man, you just don't know how to make a burrito, bro. That's your problem. If your burrito needs tape, you're doing it wrong. Yeah.
That's all these younger people, man. They problem solvers.
Doing it wrong. What about younger people? You said this earlier, and it struck a nerve about you're finding out what the younger generations do at work.
And there's a variety of age ranges of people that I work with, but it's not uncommon, at least for people in their 20s, to have their phone at their desk, watching, like streaming Netflix while they're working, with headphones in or whatever. And they'll say it's background noise or whatever.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
And so I asked this one girl the other day, I said, so you sit here and like watch TV while you're working? And she said, yeah, you'd be surprised how fast it makes my day seem. I said, I wouldn't be surprised.
I guess so.
Yeah, I bet it does. But it feels like it hadn't even been at work.
You know why your day's going by fast? Because your brain's turned off. You're not, you ain't, yeah. It's not making you work.
She's on season 7 of Grey's Anatomy.
What? And you just got to step back and say, I mean, we'll tell, you can tell, I'm telling on people like my son, again, he's the same age. Well, I got 2 of them.
I'm sure my son's doing it.
Oh, yeah. Well, so I got like, so my older son is usually pretty good. You talk to, he doesn't, he'll take the earbuds out. Like when you talk to him, he'll take them out. My other son will just click on something. He just never, so you're always talking to him. It's like, he's always got 2 things in his ears. And I'm like, how can you hear? I can hear you. No, you can't. Yeah, I can hear you. I don't believe you. I don't, and it's just something, especially if it's something you have to like talk about something serious, like giving instructions for something or asking serious questions about stuff. Take those out of you.
Yeah, because I'm with you. I have people I work with, and you walk in their office, to talk to them, and the first thing they do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
I don't even know how to do that on my. I have AirPods. And,
yeah.
It's like, just take the damn thing out of your head.
Well, my thing is this. So what do you? I don't. But I mean, I guess it's a culture thing. We never, man. I mean, like, granted, goofing off has always existed. We've always look. It's a talent to it. I worked at Lumcon. I worked it for the state, right? Where man,
there's just a difference in doing it and not being caught.
Any given day,
and making it obvious.
Any given day down this hallway, there are 3 people asleep. I guarantee you. Anybody whose door is closed is asleep. Okay, that's why you don't want that, and that's why even the doors that had little slat windows on them always have something. Decoration over the windows because they're regularly taking naps on the public dime. Okay, so I'm not saying that goofing off has not always been around, but come hide it. Come on.
Yeah,
I used to.
Yeah, like I said, the girl that I was talking to the other day, we have like it's almost like the fronts of our office are almost like storefronts. It's a big glass window and a glass door. Her computer faces the wall, so her back is to the window, and she's got it's like sitting there. I could see what she was watching from the hall.
But you got it. It's then I used to get on my son. I could tell certain jobs he had when he was working at the grocery store. Okay, so if it was something like bagging, right, or something inside, something where you always have customers in front of you, you always have a manager next to you, right? I would joke because you have these, Life 360 and iPhone, Find My Phone stuff, where if it's on the same network, you can literally see what the charge is on other phones. And when he had certain jobs, his phone would never go dead. It was like, it was in the 90% all day long. Whenever he had a job, it was like outside, like getting grocery carts and all this other stuff, dude. And I tell him, I was like, man, you on your phone the whole time, like the whole time, like literally, because brand new Apple phone's got a good battery life on it, dude. It's like, well, I'm not goofing off. I'm like, yeah, you are.
Yeah, I'll get that. My kids will say, my phone's about to die. So you've been in freaking class all day. How's your phone about to die? I don't understand that.
Hey, man,
different world.
You don't know, Boomer. You don't know, Boomer.
Talk about things I don't know. So Riley is 14 and will take driver's ed this summer. And I may have mentioned this before. Now in Louisiana, to take driver's ed, you have to go to the DMV to get a permit to take driver's ed.
Really?
It's an instructional permit or whatever.
I'm gonna guess there's a fee involved.
Oh yeah, there's a fee. That's the whole deal. It's like, just charge me the extra money. Whatever. Don't make me go to the
DMV. Oh,
so because then once you have to have that to take driver's ed, and then you have to take driver's ed to get a permit, and then you have to have a permit to get a license. we just went on, turned 15. It's like, all right, here's my birth certificate. Hook me up.
Or down here, you could just, walk across the border and get in a truck and nobody.
Well,
I mean, man, I would love to know, or maybe I wouldn't. I'd be terrified to know here in the Houston area, what percentage of right now, if you go out there right now, get an aerial view of Houston, what percent of the people on the road have a legal driver's license?
Yeah.
It's going to be, it won't be in the upper 90%. I'll tell you that. I tell you that it won't be.
Well, she sent me a picture of, because the permit looks like a driver's license, but sent me a picture of it. And then they called me a little later. Her and Joey were on their way back from the DMV, and she realized that under gender, they put a letter M. So for male, so they were going back to get it redone. And I said, please, God, please go tell them on the way home you changed your mind. And see how they react. But she wouldn't do it.
Apparently, yeah. It's you can choose now.
Yeah.
Choose your pronouns. I was like, oh, dude, if you don't go with G, or like make some stuff up. I mean, why? Yeah, just what's the dumbest looking one you see there? Pick that one. That's what I want to be right there.
Just call me this.
My pronouns Bjork and Chu. That's what I was called when I was growing up. So
stick with that.
Stick with that. That's G Bjork to you, bro. Mm-hmm. And whatever. I mean, what you do? All right, man. What you think?
I think we're good.
I think it's time to punch out. Let's get, it's time to start a weekend. You got to go pack your swim trunks.
I'm going. That's right.
Going to the Dominican Republic. Punta Cana. Is that what did I say that right?
Mm-hmm.
Punta Cana.
That's how I say it. So
must be. So between now and then, I'm going to be teaching I'm going to be on SMU teaching a class. You're going to be hanging out in your swim trunks,
doing whatever. It's an all-inclusive trip, so I'm going to do like I used to do on pay one price night at the Colonel's Retreat back in the day. I'm going to throw a lot of alcohol on the ground, so that I can feel like I'm getting my money's worth.
There you go, man. It's spilled. That doesn't matter. I didn't pay for it. I'm not. You did pay for it. It's just exactly, man. But look forward to some pictures.
But you'll for your own comfort and protection. It's good to know that when you leave the United States or when you come into the United States, all the health precautions are taken, because I will have to take a COVID test to come back into the United States.
Again, just you're doing it wrong. Walk right across the border. They ain't testing jack. It's a little less luxurious trip than you're going to be on. But dude, if I said
maybe I could just fly into Mexico and just walk.
if COVID's what's slowing you down, oh no, they don't worry. In fact, once you get here, they'll pay to put you somewhere else. It might be an interesting bus ride, but you can do it. You can do it.
I can say my name's Juan.
That's 100%, bro. No, really, I live here, man. I went to Nichols. Call this guy. Don't you know me from David Juan?
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of which, everybody, hey, if you want to reach out to us outside of social media, it's Dave and Juan at protonmail.com. And man,
everywhere where you can stream podcasts.
Yeah.
If you want to watch the video, you can catch us on YouTube. It's a beautiful thing. We're both in lovely black t-shirts today.
There you go.
But so just find us on YouTube, share it, tell your friends about it, subscribe. Right. But if you'd rather just stream it anywhere where you can download a podcast.
Everywhere you want to be. Everywhere you want to be. And so we're gonna
places you don't.
That's right. Well, we're gonna do our best to set the standard this next week. But just in case we drop the ball, hey, as always, not a suggestion, not a hint. Man, we're not just alluding that it'd be a good
requirement. Idea. Beyond a requirement.
The freaking mandate, man.
Get
out there.
Get out there and have it's a woman date.
That's right.
Not the kind you can find like on any kind of dating website. You don't have to swipe
I don't
right
know.
on
Yeah,
this.
thank goodness I was too old for that. I understand what
Yeah,
swipe.
I was trying to
mean.
come up with the name of
Yeah,
one.
don't
But it's
even
like,
know. Don't even know. Don't need to know. But anyway, so yes, y'all, it's a freaking mandate. Have the best week of your life, or at least go out trying. Try it. And
make the effort.
yeah. And we're gonna be getting back together again probably
Next week or so,
next
sometime.
Monday-ish.
Monday, 7 o'clock.
We'll see. Some of us may have a better
Yeah.
tan than others.
I was about to say,
we'll-
and my philosophy is, yeah, you want to get a tan because tan fat looks better than white fat.
Health tips from Dave and Juan. Tan fat looks better than white fat. There you go. All right, everybody, we're out of here. Love you, bro.
Back at you, man. Have a good one. Yeah, you want to get a tan because tan fat looks better than white fat.